Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Antarctica.
It is time to get on board for the next 7 days. Are you ready for this?
Oh, I am. This is it. 7 days on board the Sapphire Princess to Antarctica.
Cheers.
Cheers. I literally cannot believe that we are on the Drake right now.
I feel like you get the picture. We are on a blooming big ship. Elusive 7th continent.
Welcome to this interesting part of the world. You're on the 5th largest continent.
Antarctica, this takes your breath away.
I am the only person in a hot tub in Antarctica. They said today was going to be the best day, and they are not wrong.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've seen a sample of Antarctica. Thank you.
The time has come. We are about to get on board the Sapphire Princess and head to the elusive 7th continent, Antarctica. After spending our first 5 days heading along the Chilean coast to Punta Arenas before heading here, Ushuaia, Argentina, the gateway to Antarctica. And after spending the day exploring this quaint little city, it is time to get on board for the next 7 days, passing through the infamous Drake Passage. Around only 80,000 people get this opportunity each year, and we're doing it on a blooming ship that goes to the Caribbean, around 10 times the size of these small expedition ships and only a 1/10 of the price. Let's go to Antarctica. Are you ready for this?
Oh, I am. Honestly, we've been wandering around Ushuaia today, and with the sun shining, it really didn't feel like literally this evening we're going to be starting our journey towards Antarctica. It's insane, and like Matt said, it is a pinch me moment, but when you're at the port, it's so interesting to see the different sizes in the ships, from the expedition ships being quite small in comparison to our beautiful Sapphire Princess.
So if it does get rough in the Drake, we should be okay. We should be okay. Thank you.
This is it. 7 days on board the Sapphire Princess to Antarctica.
Cheers.
Cheers to Antarctica. We've actually just found out that tomorrow we're going to be crossing the Drake.
Good morning from the Drake Passage, the world's roughest part of sea. We actually had a change of plan late last night. Some exciting developments. We are crossing to Antarctica a little bit earlier due to the fact that we are going to get the opportunity to see the A23A, the world's largest iceberg. So we are flying down, skipping Cape Horn, and we are doing the 600-mile journey across, well, it doesn't look like the world's roughest sea. We are currently getting Drake Lake. It is extremely, extremely calm, so I feel like on the way back we might get the Drake shake, but we really do need to show you properly what this cruise, the Sapphire Princess, this ship, has to offer.
I literally cannot believe that we are on the Drake right now. We didn't even know until they made the announcement this morning. We had rougher seas along the Chilean coast, which I just can't believe, but I suppose that is the benefit of being on the big ship. We can handle it better. There's actually over 2,000 passengers on board, over 700 balconies, which I believe makes it one of, if not the biggest ship sailing down to Antarctica, which is cool, and we are a part of it. Now I'm going to give you a cabin tour. We did actually show this in our Punta Arenas video, so if you didn't see that, then here's your chance. We have our balcony. Look at this. This is the Drake.
The Drake. And we have no shake.
Can't believe it. It's the Drake Lake. We have our beautiful balcony. Love that. You come on in. It's lived in. This is our, I think, our 7th day.
Day number 7 at sea.
Day number 7 at sea. So it's a bit messy. Please forgive us. We have storage, our fridge, mirror and desk area, our beautiful bed. Now there are mirrors everywhere, which is really nice. The TV actually has a camera on it as well, so you can watch from the bridge, which is pretty cool. And then we have ample storage space and our bath.
I think you left the bathroom door open.
I did. Sorry, I'm just going to shut that. And yet another mirror.
So I believe it is going to take around 36 hours from Ushuaia to get down to Antarctica and the A23A iceberg. 600 miles across the Drake Passage. And we didn't think we'd be filming much today. We thought it would be rough. We thought, you know, Molly got seasick on the Chilean coast, so we thought Drake is going to be a no-go. Molly is going to be in bed all day, but because it is sunshine and relatively calm seas, we should give you a full tour of the Sapphire Princess and show you everything that it has on offer to do while in Antarctica.
I feel like the best place to start is deck 5. I'm going to keep it quick. So we have a pizza restaurant, we have an international cafe that's 24 hours, we have a wine bar and the Good Spirits cocktail bar. International cafe does the best cappuccinos.
Deck number 6, you have got your dining rooms where everyone has got their assigned spot. You've got your shops, and then if you're feeling very lucky, you have the giant casino. I'm not very lucky. We have never been here. I didn't realise how big this is.
You can even get scratch cards. And then you come up, and on deck 7 you have bars, more shops, more bars and more dining rooms.
This is definitely my favourite floor inside, and Kruner's bar is by far the best. Or actually, we have Wheelhouse, which I think they've got, I think there's a choir going on right now, but it's really nice. It's like this old traditional pub type bar.
On deck 7 you also have the Princess Theatre, which is where they do the evening entertainment, and it is big.
That's the quickest you've run a week. It's huge. I wouldn't think many, if any, cruises that go to Antarctica have a theatre like this, and we still haven't actually watched the show yet, so we will have to get here one of these evenings. We're definitely going to be missing some bits out because we feel like we're finding something new on board every single day. To put it into perspective, there are over 25 different bars and restaurants, but we have made it up onto deck 14 to see one of the I feel like there are 5 or 6 different pools. This is definitely our favourite part of the ship.
Absolutely. It's got a small pool here, a small pool there. It's got the bar downstairs, our favourite bar with our favourite barman Ronaldo.
This is definitely the area of the ship that is most protected by the wind. What wind? We are on the Drake and it is like a lake. There is also 2 hot tubs below me, but they are very prime real estate. You have to get up very early to reserve them. But just look, the unobstructed views, where tomorrow right there will be the world's largest iceberg.
I still can't believe we're on the Drake. This is insane.
So not only the most amazing unobstructed views, you can come up here
and play basketball. I can't lie, one of 80,000 to visit Antarctica. But how many can say they've played basketball?
And just below the basketball court, somewhere that we haven't got to yet, the nightclub, blooming nightclub on board.
And this is actually the main pool area with a bar and a few snack spots and ice cream spots and some hot tubs. We actually saved the best till last. We have exclusive access to the bridge. How cool is this?
Very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, Sapphire team, everyone. Time on board Sapphire Princess, 14 minutes past 12 noon, and apologize for coming a bit late, but I was out sunbathing this morning. It's one of the few times you can do it here in the Drake Passage. We are indeed in the Drake Passage, the stretch, the body of water that separates the South American continent to the Antarctic continent.
Welcome to this interesting part of the world. You're on the 5th largest continent, larger than Australia, larger than Europe, and you're on a continent that is the latest figure, 99 98.7% completely covered by ice.
My name is Richard Boyden, and it's my pleasure to welcome you on board one of our company vessels as we proceed to Antarctica. Part of my responsibilities is responsible for ensuring that the ship that we take to Antarctica complies with all international regulations. One member organisation which we are part of and very, very proud to be part of and a full operator is IATA, which is the International Association of Antarctic Tour Operators.
Cheers.
Cheers!
That was definitely worth cutting the tour of the ship short. I feel like you get the picture. We are on a blooming big ship to be going to Antarctica, but to go into the bridge, see how things work, and to listen to the captain giving his announcements was definitely a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. But I'm now up on deck. I think we're on deck 15 at trade winds. Like I said, I get lost all the time, enjoying pina colada.
I literally can't believe that that is us nearly finished on the Drake. It was kind of uneventful and not what I was expecting at all.
We have got to go back through it on the way out.
Yeah, on the way out. So it could all go worse from here, but it's pretty much the calmest day we've had at sea. And actually it's nearly 1 o'clock in the morning because we did go for dinner at Alfredo's, which is included in our package, and they do an amazing
calzone. Best, ridiculous.
So good. And we came back to our room and they have given us the route for our cruise. So
potential Antarctic route.
Tomorrow morning we should hopefully be seeing the iceberg A23A, and that means that we will be
officially in Antarctica. Good evening and welcome to Antarctica. We have made it to the elusive 7th continent. We have conquered the Drake Passage. We arrived early this morning to see the A23A iceberg, and somewhere behind me right there is the A23A, the world's largest iceberg, over 1 trillion tons and 3 times the size of New York City. Unfortunately, we have hurricane force winds and a fog has blown in, so the visibility is not the best, but believe me, right there is the world's largest iceberg. But we have now seen our first bit of land. This behind me is Elephant Island, and it is poignant because this is where Shackleton and his men washed up after 497 days at sea. So it took him that long to conquer the Drake, and it took us 1 day. From there, he left on a small wooden boat heading across to the South Georgia Islands, and it took numerous attempts for him to get back and save his men. It is out of this world. I mean, have you ever seen such amazing balcony views? Welcome to Antarctica. Welcome to Elephant Island. Now this is the official high five. We made it to the 7th continent.
This really looks and feels like Antarctica. The starting point, absolutely unreal. And not only is it beautiful, magical,
is it cold?
Freezing, but also has a really unique story behind it. I feel like I'm getting free Botox as well. I don't know if you can tell, my face is so frozen that I'm struggling to move properly.
The remoteness of it, you're 900 kilometres from the closest continent. It is more separate and more distant than any of the other 6 from each other. And in that 900 kilometres you've got an ocean over 4 kilometres deep.
I have never felt a cold quite like it, but that was incredible to witness the Elephant Island. We are now heading to dinner as we continue to sail further south into the Antarctic Peninsula, and tonight we are going in, everyone's so friendly, the Pacific Moon, which is actually our dining room on board the ship.
Enjoy.
Thank you. I'm
Look
starving.
at me. I am not dressed for dinner.
We need to get out of our coats.
and my earmuffs. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.
Why are you wearing them inside?
My internal body temperature is absolutely frozen. I know it's not the most fancy or elegant thing to do, but it's a fashion statement at this point.
Thank you very
so much.
You're welcome.
They look amazing. Yeah. 3 sauces for me.
Thank you.
Don't worry. 3 is only per person.
This is definitely what separates this type of cruise with Princess from the smaller expedition cruises that you can go and see A23A in the morning. You can see Elephant Island in the evening, but after that you can come to one of the numerous restaurants. You can go to the theatre. You can have your sesame chicken bites, which go down a treat. And for some reason, I still have my hat on, and I'm kind of pleased that this morning we had the rough, foggy weather to get the full Antarctic experience before Elephant Island revealed itself. I still can't believe we're sat here having dinner.
So surreal.
And outside there is Antarctica.
We got a 3-course meal in Antarctica. It's absolutely insane. And this morning we were one of a select few to have been able to see the iceberg A23A, and possibly maybe one of the last people to ever see it. Amazing. They actually think that the iceberg A23A is going to be heading north to Africa. And
it'll meet its fate. It'll definitely melt. That's perfect, yeah.
Gonna keep it for dessert.
No, I couldn't. I've had too many.
Put some vanilla ice cream.
I could try it. Chicken and vanilla ice cream. I could try it. Thank you. It was really good. Good morning from Admiralty Bay here in the South Shetland Islands, Antarctica. We have definitely had 2 extremes over our first 2 days. Yesterday was incredibly rough, incredibly foggy, but this morning we have got up bright and early around 6 AM, grabbed our morning coffee, and we are now surrounded. Hold on, Bob's doing an announcement.
One cannot miss the ice falls and glaciers around here.
He's right, there's glaciers everywhere.
At 9 o'clock we have the Stenhouse Glacier.
This is amazing. So we have Bob, who is a famous explorer, over the speakers explaining everything that we are looking at right now. Morning.
Good morning. Can you actually believe this? The water is like glass. There is no wind. Don't want to jinx it though. And I feel like every day we're going to be saying, wow, it just gets even better. You have research stations around as well, and that's like the only sign of human life. It really puts it into perspective, but also we are on the lookout. I'm hoping to see, because the water is so still and so glassy, I'm hoping that we get to see some amazing wildlife today.
I have never seen anything like this in my life, and I probably never will. You just stop at every point of the ship. I want to take in the views. Behind me is one of the research stations, I believe one of the Polish research stations, and then in between these conquering jagged mountains are these radiant blue glaciers. Antarctica, this takes your breath away.
I think everyone expects Antarctica to be absolutely freezing, but you have to remember we're currently in the summer, and we've gone from like -10 hurricane winds yesterday to this is actually quite mild. I'm actually a little bit hot.
Flying around the ship, and the skewers are the large brown birds that look a bit like gulls.
Think of this continent. I gave you an idea of the size compared to other continents. Well, it's about 14 million square kilometers and has the population during winter of fewer than 2,000.
Wow, did you hear that? That was the snow carving, the glacier moving, and snow that fell thousands and thousands of years ago, falling off the glacier and into the sea. The bay behind me. Look at this. This really couldn't get any more perfect. The captain definitely knows what he's doing. We're doing a 360-degree turn, a full rotation. So now the back of the ship where the pools are is facing the glacier. Unfortunately, the pools have actually been drained for the Antarctic part of the expedition, the cruise, but there are 2 hot tubs and the hot tubs are still open. I feel like getting in a hot tub with this view, it's got to be done. Changing in style, hiding in the corner.
I'm so embarrassed.
What are you doing?
Oh, that is lovely. I'm warm. In Antarctica and I'm in a bikini. I am the only person in a hot tub in Antarctica right now. Everybody thinks that it's going to be really cold, but it's actually very, very warm. The steam's coming off me. I'm probably warmer than half of them standing out there, but I'm a bit of a spectacle.
While Molly sits in the hot tub, I have secured the best spot on the ship to have my full English breakfast. This is completely surreal as it gets. Eating a fryer with one of the world's most beautiful, most isolated, it's a good sausage, glaciers behind me. Cheers!
Cheers!
I don't know if I feel or look crazy.
Probably both. It's just started to get a little bit chillier now. I think I've been going pruny. I had to change bikini.
Mocktail. Too early for a cocktail.
It's not a cocktail. What did you get? It's really lovely.
I have no idea. It's very colourful.
I think I needed something hot though, not cold.
This is definitely the best spot leaving Admiralty Bay, King George Island. Oh, that's taking my breath away. Because as you leave, there's the possibility that we are going to see some whales. My fingers, they're very crossed. Oh my gosh, being in the hot tub might be fun, but getting out topless and wet in Antarctica is not fun. Can I get one pepperoni, please? Sure. Thank you so much. Oh, it looks good. Thank you, my friend.
There you go.
Cheers. Thank you. This is how you warm up in Antarctica. Princess, I don't know what you do with your pizza, but it's exceptional. Apparently, they have won awards, but throughout the day, after cooling down from the hot tub, we sailed throughout some more of the South Shetland Isles, and we even managed to spot some penguins floating along. There are penguins on the iceberg right there. Today isn't even the tip of the iceberg, pardon the pun, because tomorrow is when the full Antarctic beauty will be on show. Good morning. Pinch me, it is still unbelievably surreal. We actually got up bright and early, around 6 AM, as we headed into Charlotte Bay and saw numerous humpback whales, which was absolutely out of this world, and we even managed to capture their tail as they went back down below.
We have just made it into Charlotte Bay and have our first glimpse of the mainland, but we also just saw humpback whales.
They even showed their tail. They were showing off.
They were showing off. I can't believe it.
But we are now continuing along to Wilhelmina Bay, and this is very extra. This is out of this world. We are currently sat with a balcony breakfast as we sail along the Antarctic mainland. Incredible. Good morning.
Good morning. I can't believe we're in Antarctica, and I can't believe they've provided a balcony breakfast.
These are the extras that Princess offer.
Are we the only people who can say we're going to be drinking champagne as we go through the bays here in Antarctica? It's amazing. I'm going to keep saying it.
Please be careful.
But now I have
Don't take a penguin's eye out.
I now have the task of opening this
Oh my god, be careful, please.
elegantly
Please be careful.
and avoiding anyone's eyes.
You've got to hold it. Whoa!
Cheers. Let me pour that. This is, guys, this is actual champagne. It's not sparkling wine.
Look at the view.
Look how fancy that is.
Thank you.
Wowzers.
Look at that. Cheers. Oh, you're drinking it already?
Cheers. That is delicious. And I don't think anything can be topped. I don't think this
is it.
can
This
be
is. I
topped.
think this is right now. Champagne on the balcony in Antarctica.
Little strawberry in my
Travel
fingers.
completed. It's over. I'm stopping after this. This really is as good as it bloomin' gets. I would presume that I am the only person in the whole of the Antarctic continent that is on their balcony, well, and Molly, enjoying a balcony breakfast and a glass of champagne as we pass by icebergs, glaciers, humpback whales. Wow. And to put into perspective where we are right now, we are so isolated, it's so peaceful, and this is such cheers, such a privilege. For you?
You're feeding me now.
I am.
Thank you very much. They said today was going to be the best day, and they are not wrong. If we're lucky, we could be passing through an incredibly narrow passage behind me.
Fingers crossed there's not too much ice.
Oh my god.
Whale.
You're not going to be able to see it on the wide lens here, but I'm eating a croissant, and we've got a whale
Its tail's coming up. We have made it through the Plata passage. We have had such good weather. Luck has been completely on our side over the last few cruises, last few years. They've only really made it through once because you get so many icebergs through the narrow passage after the bay, and it was spectacular, full of whales that were breaching, and you just don't want to go inside. Another one is literally just coming up there. They're everywhere. You're completely surrounded by whales, and we're now going to head, I think, further south to Port Lockroy, where we will get to visit, well, we'll get to post a postcard at the most southerly post office in the entire world. It just seems to keep getting better and better as this day has gone on. We have even now resorted to pina coladas in the sun in Antarctica. Even Bob is impressed. He said the weather that we are getting is extremely rare. You keep going to grab your phone to get another photo, to take another video, but it's been nice just to sort of sit back as we go along the Geralash Strait and take it all in and enjoy a blooming pina colada. I cannot believe that they said we might get sunburn because it's that hot.
I've had to take
in
my
Antarctica.
coat off. I'm taking my coat off in Antarctica. It's absolutely insane. But we did purchase some postcards because we are heading to Port Lockroy, which we'll tell you more about. And we get to send just the one postcard and look at how amazing it is. We're actually going to be those sad people that send it back
To ourselves.
to themselves.
To Matt
To
and Molly.
Molly and Matt.
Molly and Matt. Matt and Molly from the end of the world.
I think so, because this really is the end of the world. Right. T.
You could put to future Matt and Molly.
No,
From
T.
past Matt and Molly at the end of the world.
From the end of... Oh, it's hard to write
So good.
under pressure. From the end of the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're approaching Port Lockroy, a very significant part of the southern end of the Nomad Channel with some fascinating history and used by whalers. But then the site of Base A, the first base, is the site established by Operation Tabarin in 1944. It is now effectively a museum. Its history is closer to those of Scott and Shackleton's huts than it is to today. It's a very popular site for visitors, as we will see as we get closer. Thank you.
And we have made it to Port Lockroy. Along this tiny, narrow channel lies an infamous part of Antarctic history. Bob definitely explained it a lot better than me, but to think the British first came here in 1944, the end of World War II, and they crossed the Drake Passage in a ship that certainly wasn't the Sapphire Princess, but it's pretty surreal. Now lies the southernmost post office in the entire world and a museum, and the team from the ship have actually sent over one of the tenders to collect them from Port Lockroy, to bring them aboard to tell us more information so we can post our postcards and hopefully buy a few gifts from really the only gift shop, the only tourist site, the only museum in all of Antarctica. This is as if some celebrities have turned up.
It's absolutely insane. There is a queue because the people...
It starts there, goes all the way around to basically meet them, to post your postcard.
It's absolutely crazy, and I hope we can get in line.
You can see the queue starts all the way around there and comes right to here. Made it.
They have brought on so much stock with them. We have postcards, tea towels, socks, hoodies, hats, t-shirts. I don't know what to get.
All goes to the charity.
All goes to the charity. And look, this is Port Lockroy. How amazing.
These guys have to stay for 6 months.
It's incredible, and it's also incredibly difficult to get a place to stay on that. I would love to do it. Also, a hoodie. In it. XL?
XL? Would I be XL or would I be large?
How tight do you like it?
Not too tight.
Go, if you're saying XL, do XL.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thanks for your support.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
We are £89 lighter, but I'm so happy with our purchases. And this is where we see how long it will take our postcard to reach home. And I just love the fact it says the British Antarctic Territory. So cute. This is unbelievably cool. Look, we have a little post office.
Thank you so much.
Say goodbye.
Now we wait and see how long it takes.
Thank you so much.
That has got to be one of the most expensive hoodies I have ever bought. 70 English pounds, but it all goes to the UK Antarctic Heritage Trust, which basically looks after so much of this area. The Shackleton Monument on Elephant Island, if it's damaged, these guys will go and fix it. So it was just unbelievable to buy a gift, one of the only gifts, the only place you can actually buy something and say it is officially from Antarctica. And this backdrop at Port Lockroy, it's pretty special. Let's have a look. I now feel like I could do a 6-month stint in the station. It's really nice. And to think the team from Port Lockroy that brought the hoodie over have been spending the last few months, up to 6 months, just over there in a tiny little cabin in one of the most isolated, probably the most isolated place on planet Earth. Could you do it? I'm not sure I could.
Good morning, Molly. Good morning, man.
Thank you.
Hot chocolate with bellies.
Oh.
Antarctica Peninsula.
Thank you. Cheers.
You've had quite a lot of the biology, and you've had the volcanology. Now for some history.
Good morning from the Santorini of Antarctica. It's actually our last day on the continent, and what better way to start than a hot chocolate with a tiny little shot of Bailey's. We have actually just arrived, just pulling up to Deception Island. We headed further north throughout the night back to the Shetland Islands, and Deception Island definitely deceives. This is an active volcano in the middle, a giant caldera created by an eruption thousands of years ago. Inside you have hot springs, former whaling stations and black volcanic rock. What a way to end.
We are just passing the caldera now, and the air absolutely stinks because it's also home to Antarctica's largest penguin colony.
I thought it was you. And that was Antarctica. We came, we saw, we conquered, and we even have a certificate to prove that we have been. A destination that seemed so unachievable to us, so remote, this Earth's last true untouched paradise. And we have been the elusive 7th continent. But from Deception Island, we actually managed to get some binoculars out and we checked out thousands and thousands of penguins. And before leaving the Antarctic continent, we got sights of some incredible icebergs, but then we had to cross our old friend again, the Drake Passage. We checked out some entertainment the night before to prepare ourselves, but yet again we got amazing weather and had an incredible day.
Our second time at crossing the Drake, and we must have a guardian angel or some very good luck because it's the Drake Lake again.
Twice?
It's almost impossible to have a Drake Lake twice, but yeah, like I said, we are extremely lucky, and it's going to be pretty insane for me today, or both of us, because we are getting a spa day massage at sea
on the Drake Passage.
What the hell? Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Ready? Checking in?
I'm ready.
Okay, wonderful.
This has got to be one of the best spa massage rooms I've ever seen. We have a hot tub, or jacuzzi, whatever you want to call it, huge windows overlooking
the Drake,
the infamous Drake, and my beautiful bed. Now I think it's time for you to go, because I'm having this massage all to myself and on my own. Goodbye.
And while Molly gets to enjoy her massage, and while I wait for mine, I get an hour in the thermal room. We have some thermal beds. I think these are 3 different types of, let's go in. Oh, this is nice. 3 different types of sauna, and this is why the larger ship like Sapphire Princess is great for Antarctica. You get all of these extra benefits, and when you are crossing the world's roughest sea, you can hardly bloomin' feel it. I really do have some sympathy for Shackleton after his dreaded Drake crossing, but this is pretty perfect. A massage followed by some time in the sanctuary, essentially the VIP part of the ship. At the front, the sun is out, it's not too cold.
Looks can be deceiving though.
There's hardly any waves. They even come round in the sanctuary with a little trolley full of afternoon tea and scones. Outrageous. But all of this really wouldn't be possible without Princess, the Sapphire Princess, a ship that goes to the Caribbean but goes also to Antarctica. You've got the pools, you've got the bars, you've got the entertainment, you've got the Princess Premier and all of the medallion perks for a fraction of the price that other cruise lines, cruises, expedition ships that head to Antarctica charge you. Up to a 1/10 of the price. From around £2,000 you can go to Antarctica, which is absolutely incredible. And we still actually have up to a week left on board. That is what I love about this route. We are heading back north to Stanley, the Falkland Islands, Montevideo, Uruguay, and finishing in Buenos Aires. So I am loving the fact that we are going to get some sun. We've done it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've seen a sample of Antarctica. Thank you, and goodbye.